Welcome to Boots on the Ground, the 15-minute briefing, your daily roundup on veterans housing, advocacy, and solutions. I'm Yvette Jones Swanson, Army veteran, National Veterans Housing Advocate, and CEO of Vet Mentors, LLC. For more than 20 years, I've been on the front lines, housing over 5,000 homeless veterans and pushing for real change. In just 15 minutes, we'll cover today's wins, setbacks, and opportunities, from housing solutions and government policy to partnerships, publications, and training. This isn't just a show, it's a movement. Together, we're turning challenges into victories for veterans and their families. Let's begin. On. My mic is on. Check, 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 check. Hello, and welcome back to your 15-minute briefing with me, Yvette Jones Swanson, Army veteran and the National Veterans Homeless Housing Advocate and Consultant. Leader in the field. I asked ChatGPT, did anybody else have that title? Said nope. You know why nobody else has that title? Because that's all I do. National Veterans Homeless Housing Advocate and Consultant. Boots on the ground for 22 consecutive years, housing homeless veterans. Not even veterans who had money. These were literally homeless veterans. These veterans came from everywhere, from U-Haul facilities, from city parks, from sleeping on people's floors, sleeping in abandoned houses. A family of 12, I moved them to a 7-bedroom house in Calumet City. I come to you today with a lot of good news and still some troubling news, simply because it's not enough of national or even local homeless veteran housing advocates in our cities, in our states. I'm a realtor, and as a realtor, I have been housing homeless veterans. Why? Why do I house homeless veterans of all the commission streams of different demographics I could choose? Why homeless veterans? Why not homeless veterans? Who else is housing homeless veterans? When I have calls and emails and people reaching out to me telling me that they're homeless, who else are they contacting if not me? If they're contacting other people, well, damn it, they're still homeless. And that's the problem in our nation. Everybody says, thank you for your service. Everybody says we shouldn't have homeless veterans. For 22 years, I've housed over 5,000 homeless veterans, and I'm still advocating and housing them nationwide. The update for today, without further ado, I got a message from one of our veterans. As a matter of fact, let me play his video, and then I will give you the background story.
Good morning. My name is Laura Matos. I reached out to Yvette for help because I'm a former Marine veteran. I'm currently staying in my truck at a Walmart parking lot in San Antonio, Texas. I just need some help to get back on my feet. I've never been in trouble with the law. Former correctional officer. I don't know where else to turn. The only thing I've used the VA for has been the COVID shots and stuff like that. Other than that, I've never used it.
Okay, so y'all met him. Y'all met him. I'll tell you when y'all met him because I have him in my book. Y'all met Mr. Matos on August 18th, 2025. What was that, 11 days ago? 11 days ago. So I keep in touch with them all. I send all of the veterans who are homeless resources that they're going to have to call them because I'm only one person. I can't call. And that's why I'm here to teach other interested bodies who want to house homeless veterans and also those who want to advocate for homeless veterans, whether you are a case manager, social worker, human care professional, you are a realtor. Not only can you advocate for homeless veterans, but you can also house a homeless veteran using the resources that they receive and getting a commission for doing it. I did it over 5,000 times and still doing it. An apartment was just approved today. This is the book that I teach from, and this book in class was actually approved by the IDFPR as a 3-hour, but I'm going to resubmit it as a 6-hour because 3 hours that I did as a pilot was definitely not long enough to teach realtors how to go into the community and create a transaction. And that transaction is housing a homeless veteran. So, Mr. Matos, we communicated via LinkedIn, and he told me yesterday that he's in a veterans men's transitional facility, and they're helping him get his identification. And that facility was on the list of resources that I sent him. So now Mr. Matos now can get his identification, which he didn't have. He can go, and now he's signed up to go to CDL classes so he can become a truck driver. Now, guess what? Realtor, if that was you helping Mr. Matos in Texas, he's going to stay in touch with you. Well, now he's staying in touch with me. So when he gets his financial status taken care of, squared away, then he'll call me. He'll send me a message to let me know, ma'am, I'm ready to move on. Ma'am, I have ample income now, and we've worked on, because right now I put a whole plan together for him. And we'll be working on his credit so that now when he becomes a CDL truck driver, he needs some place to live. You just helped transition a former homeless veteran into transitional housing, where there's a case manager who is working with him currently to get his identification. He's enrolling in school to become a CDL truck driver. He's going to be making a 6-figure income. You already know, driving trucks, that's what truck drivers make, especially if they're over the road. Come on now. He's a veteran. They're going to hire him right away. It's just that simple. Moving a veteran from living in his truck in a Walmart parking lot to sending him resources that he used to go into transitional housing. That's how you help move and transition and help create a better and stable life for a homeless veteran. You don't just sit there and say, oh, thank you for your service. I could tell you, I wish I was on here and I could tell you what veterans tell me when they hear that. It's not appreciated, especially to those veterans. Hey, my brother. Huh? It's not appreciated to those homeless veterans when you say, thank you for your service. It's not appreciated. You can do more. If I can share some resources and teach you how to share resources with homeless veterans to move them into a transitional unit that's supported by the VA, these organizations receive millions of dollars. So in Texas, and this is a short list of the organizations that I sent Mr. Matos. Hold on, let me tell you how much these Texas organizations received. Let's go to the $5 million organization, Baker Ripley. They received $5,418,293. Don't you think that could have wiped out a good some thousands of homeless veterans? And then you have the United States Veterans Initiative. They received almost $1.7 million. So this is what I teach you how to do, not just as a realtor, You may be a social worker. Hold on, let me get my encyclopedia of veterans housing material out for you. I hope they don't fall on the floor again. Stop it. So this book, and all of my publications are on Amazon. All of them are on Amazon. I do mentor, but after you read after you take the master classes, after you read, you're a social worker, case manager, human care professional, first responder, you need this publication right here. Collaborative Housing Solutions for Homeless Veterans, social workers, case managers, human care professionals. You are a realtor, then you need the Realtor's Blueprints. You want to start your own veterans housing, then you get this book. This book came out on Amazon as the #1 in U.S. military history. This book is going down in history, y'all, to teach y'all how to set up your veterans care, the guide to veterans shared living models. In this book, it teaches you how to set up your shared living models for senior veterans. All of these are former homeless or homeless when they come to you, formerly incarcerated, disabled veterans, veterans of domestic violence, and LGBTQ+. You grab this publication. I'm on here every single day, Monday through Friday, from 5:15 to 5:30, just giving y'all some updates on what I do behind the scenes at this desk or another one in my house. Here's another book for you are a caregiver. You want to open and start your care home. As an entrepreneur, this is all business. You get that book. This book is being made for Chicago because we have a lot of resources too. This one is coming out next to help veterans set up a business. You know, from your passion. My passion is housing homeless veterans. I've been doing it for 22 years. I was a homeless veteran myself, and it sucked from 1984. That's when I got out of the Army. From 1987 to 1993. You might say, hey, your pretty self, you were homeless. Yes, I was married to a mean old Marine. And I was a wife of domestic abuse, and I kept running away, and the VA kept sending my ass right back out the door because they had no services for me. And it's the same thing happening today. And we can all do something about it because veterans don't know where to go get resources. This book right here is to help veterans find their home. This book, real simple, a nationwide resource guide for supporting homeless veterans. This is a nationwide, all of my guides. So you have to get the whole encyclopedia. Let me see over here. I have on YouTube. I'm coming over there on TikTok in a second. On YouTube, let me see what y'all say. Agreed. I wish I knew what you agreed to. I want to learn how to do that. Well, sir, kind sir, Pharaoh, Army veteran, you got to get the encyclopedia and then DM me so that we can discuss what you want to do actually. So I'll let you know exactly what you need to start off with. Since you're already a veteran, I don't know if you've been homeless before or anything like that, but you would have to learn that community. So today, so that's the win, Matos. And also, I received my certification from the VA OSDBU office for, I think it was a 6-week cohort. And they just got me all out of my shell because I would never come on live talking to y'all about what I do in the homeless veterans community because it's very personal and personable. I'm not talking about these people live, but now they're like, talk about it, Yvette, because something needs to be done. And I have the answers. I'm sitting on all of these publications, you know, just dripping them out. No, this is our encyclopedia, U.S. Military Veterans Educational and Resources book series. I wrote all of these based on 22 years, and it's another one I have around. I've got several. I've got like 30 some publications. And then one more I just want to tell you about today. Where's that book? Today I wrote, let me see, how many congressional letters, because this veteran, I housed him and his wife. They were homeless prior to living in an apartment with HUD VASH. And then I sold them a house back in 2019. So they were first a homeless Marine military family. And they stayed in that unit, which was flooding every year. I mean, their story was just so heartbreaking, heart-wrenching until I sold them a house. So now they had some financial difficulties like 3 years ago and had to go to the commission for a little help, which they gave him a little help. I'm going to go over about 3 minutes, if you guys don't mind, over here on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. So he used the resource 3 years ago. And because he used that resource 3 years ago, he could never use it again. You know, things happen in life. He's the breadwinner in the family with the housewife who takes care of him and their sons and the house and everything else. And she makes her little money on the side to do other things. And she's the couponer, so she's very conscious about how they're spending their money. You know, so things happen. A car breaks down, a furnace breaks, the tree falls, whatever happened. Damn it! And now he needs assistance one more time just to get them over the hump and get their water turned back on. It's been 6 months, but there's a bottleneck in our system. A lot of bottlenecks, I should say, put it that way. These are 3 that I've written to. I'm going to tell y'all the 3 problems that veterans face financially. And this is the letter that I wrote to, let me tell y'all where it's going, to the mayor of Bolingbrook, Illinois, to the senator, somebody, and then the House representative, and 2 more senators, Senator Richard Durbin and Senator, who is also a veteran, Tammy Duckworth, because they need to know. And every veteran who crosses my path, they all receive letters. And those letters all go to Congress, to the House of Representatives, to the mayor, to your state reps. I don't even see the state. Yeah, I'm going to have to send one to their state rep. Who is the state rep? That's what's not on here. Everybody needs to know what's happening to our veterans in this community, but you can help. You can definitely help. Get the encyclopedia again. Thank you all for watching. I should have said 30-minute boots on the ground because 15 minutes is not long enough, but I will be back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday and Friday, 5:15 to 5:30 to give you all an update. I mean, there's so many updates I can do. And somebody asked me a few weeks ago, how do you decide which updates to share? I'm like, I just put them in order. The order that they come to me during the day, I just have them in my book and write them down. And that's how you get to know what I did in 15 minutes. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Yvette Jones Swanson. I am the National Veterans Homeless Housing advocate and consultant. My company is Vet Mentors. Publishing, teaching. I'm also a real estate broker, and real estate instructor. And look, I'm going to keep on sharing this, and also I'm going to share. I don't have to share his with the National Association of Realtors at this time because he's not homeless. But all the homeless veterans, oh yeah, the National will receive a letter because the National Association could definitely step in and say, you know what, I think 1.6 million realtors in the United States of America should learn how to house a homeless veteran. We have 1.6 million realtors in the United States of America, and I don't know because Alexa can't tell me, the VA can't tell me, because veterans are scattered all over the place. And as they're scattered all over the place, now we can't do an accurate count. The PIT count that's done once a year, that on veterans who are like in the street and in the tent, and that's not the veterans who are couch surfing, the ones who are sleeping on buses, on trains, in the park, in the U-Haul facilities, is none of them. So I'm just going to say 80,000. As low as high, I don't know the number. I'm just putting it out there. Whatever the number is, it's not 1.6 million, but it's 1.6 million realtors who can learn how to house homeless veterans and get a commission. It's a business. These organizations, you just created a transaction. I gotta go. Thank you all for watching over here on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Feel free to go to my Amazon, type in my name, Yvette Jones Swanson, and grab some books. Oh, Thursday is the last week that I'll be going over. That should be the last one. Yeah, this is it. A Realtor's Blueprint is over. That training is over. So the next training, I think I told him I'm going to do the training is here live on Thursday at 10 a.m. Central. Which one did I tell him I'm doing? I apologize, but I think I told him I'm doing Finding Home. This book is so underrated. It's so underrated because you didn't miss it. Just go over to YouTube and watch it. Finding Home, a national resource guide for supporting homeless veterans. This one teaches you how to go find those resources for those homeless veterans. Let me play my outro over here. And I'll see y'all Thursday over here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. I'll see y'all Thursday morning at 10 a.m. where we'll be going over how do you help a homeless veteran find home. Look, she done came home from, where is she? Army? I don't know. She looks like she could have been in the Army. And she's standing over a whole city that she has nowhere to fit. She doesn't fit in. In uniform, and she doesn't fit in. Homeless.
Across America, too many of our heroes return home only to face another battle, the fight for stable housing. Veterans are overrepresented in the homeless population, often caught in a system that is complex, slow, and full of barriers. At Vet Mentors, we're changing that narrative. For over 20 years, we've been boots on the ground, not just identifying the problem, but building real solutions. That's why we created the U.S. Military Veterans Educational and Resource Guide book series, a groundbreaking collection designed to educate, equip, and empower. These guidebooks are written not only for veterans, but also for the communities, organizations, and leaders who serve them. From step-by-step housing models to funding strategies, this series gives social workers, case managers, realtors, and first responders the tools they need to act with speed, dignity, and impact. Vet Mentors believes housing is not charity. It's a mission, a responsibility, and a pathway to restoring honor. Every guidebook in this series is a resource designed to make sure no veteran is left behind, and no community has to say, "We didn't know how to help." This is how we turn challenges into victories. I'm Yvette Jones Swanson, Army veteran, CEO of Vet Mentors LLC, and I invite you to join us in rewriting the story for America's veterans.